Hello, everyone. Hola, namaste, kem cho. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for tuning in. We have a very special guest today who will talk to us about how Ayurveda, which is an ancient Indian science of medicine, can help us combat the stress, the anxiety, or even to prevent the pandemic that's really touching all of us in different ways, the coronavirus, needless to mention. And we have Dr. Aruna Bhide, for all the way from Goa, India, with us here. Thank you so much, Doctor, for being here. How are you today?
Oh, I'm very nice, very fine. But overall situation sad a bit because of whole world is going through.
Yes, indeed. Actually, we just got back to our home in Mexico, and we got rescued by the Mexican embassy in Peru just one day ago. It was a long ride, but it was well worth it. We're in self-isolation because of uh, being in contact with different people, airports, buses, etc. So we're here right now, and it gives me a lot of joy to be sharing your tremendous knowledge with everyone. I know that you're a healer, and I don't, it's not an understatement, because when I came in contact with you at the Ayurvedic and Naturopathy Resort in Goa, it just changed my life. You have completely cured me in a lot of ways than one, with albeit allergies, eczema, etc. So I really appreciate you taking the time for us today and explaining people what Ayurveda is and how it can help us in these times. So before we start, I just want to make a mention about what Ayurveda is, and then we can pass it down to you so you can explain in your own words as well, and how we can use it to combat these tough times. So I know that a lot of times we come across a lot of Ayurvedic concepts and ideas, but we don't actually know that it comes from Ayurveda. So Ayurveda literally means the science of life. And correct me if I'm wrong, doctor. And
Yeah, no.
it's
Ayu
basic.
means life and Veda
Mhm,
means knowledge.
exactly.
So whatever regarding the Ayu, that is the life, that is Ayurveda. So I will not transmit bar also this medicine, that medicine. No, whatever regarding is benefiting the life should come under Ayurveda. So
Perfect.
I will say we should cross the bars of allopathy, homeopathy, naturopathy, all comes under Ayurveda. Means regarding life, whatever knowledge we have, that is Ayurveda. In short,
Perfect. And it's so millennial, it's 5,000 years old, at least from what we
yes,
know.
very, very old ago. Yeah. And that time they have told, like today's situation, Janopadhansaniya Adhyay in Vimanstan, where Vimanstan is of the Charak Samhita dedicated to like Arishtha Lakshanas, means when the person is dying, what kind of conditions you see in him. In that, they have mentioned the Janopadhansaniya Adhyay, the third chapter of it.
Hmm.
There they have said about this airborne diseases, and this virus is kind of an airborne disease now what we have got. That time they have said like many things to avoid and many things to include into practice to avoid such things, that where the isolation is one of the best thing what they have told. And now we can see the we are coming into the same practice. So I cannot say that it was just very old, but it is very practical now today also, in this today's era also. It's very useful. So
Absolutely.
it has a
So
great.
today we hear a lot about, turmeric milk or turmeric latte, golden milk, in different yogic circles and holistic healing. And all this comes from Ayurveda. So it really is
Yeah.
it's really all spanning, and more and touches more of our lives than we can even imagine. And prevention, like you mentioned briefly, that is all about Ayurveda. Sushruta, who was the first surgeon that the world knows
Surgeon.
5,000 years ago,
Yeah.
comes from Ayurveda. Homeopathy has its root in Ayurveda. So can you kind of elaborate and talk to us a little bit about your journey and why you chose Ayurveda?
Yeah. As a child, I was always having the respiratory problems, and I got treated with Ayurveda. 1.5 years I had to take a medicine of Ayurveda, and then I was treated completely. I was a healthy feeling, and that time I clicked that I should go for the studies. And by luckily in Goa that time the college started, so mine was a fourth batch of that college, and I could take the admission and I could study the Ayurveda. So right from 1996 when I took the admission till now, I love this field and always try to be a follower with it.
Wow, so that's what, 30 years almost.
Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing.
Almost.
Amazing.
Yeah.
And what are some of the things that we can share, considering you have such extensive knowledge in Ayurveda, and as it affects the pandemic today?
See, pandemic, this pandemic we can see as in Ayurveda point of view. Basically, whenever we assess anything, we assess into 3 points, whether it is Vata, Pitta, and Kapha.
Mm-hmm.
This is caused due to Vata, and then it increases the Kapha in the body. So we need to take care of two things, like avoid, first of all, prevention. Prevention is by wear clothes properly. Cover your head, ears, neck, chest with a scarf and other things like shawls or something. Keep your legs or the feet so that the vata doesn't get entered into your body easily. Second thing, hands, whenever you are touching anything, make it dry and again cover it, or just don't touch here and there. It is not like touch me not, but it's like where you can transmit the disease from here to there. So prevent your body from getting touched by other things or getting air. We cannot see with our naked eyes, but we can feel it. We can absorb it. It can go in our uh, body if we don't cover it. So this is the condition where we need to take, so that the external air should not enter the body unknowingly or unaffectingly, which can create a disease. So these are the things what we can protect us. Wear shawls, dupattas or jackets now, and head cover with a scarf, neck cover with a scarf. Even though you are sneezing or you are coughing, take, always carry a kerchief with you, use it whenever you are doing anything. So these are the things what we can do to avoid vata. Now comes to the second point. Now already the vata have come infused in you, and now your kapha is increased in the body. So this infection, now throat, nose, you are sneezing, your throat is paining. So here you give what is balancing vata and kapha, that is warm and uh, warm, and it should be degenerating, it should be eliminating kapha. So spices and hot things makes a very important role. So just to boost your immunity, you can take the decoction like long pepper, turmeric, dry ginger powder, cinnamon early in the morning with honey, so that your kapha get balanced. Use warm water for drinking, gargle. So all these things can be measured to keep you or to boost you. It is not like this virus will not affect if you do this. But see, if your immunity is stronger, the effect what it will impact on your body will surely be less than the other person who has a low immunity. So all these measures can be taken to increase your immunity in a nicer way, so that you are protecting your body as well as the transmission of the disease is bit longer. So Rasayan Chikitsa can be taken, like Chawanprash can be taken. Rasayan is like rejuvenation, prolong the process of So in that come dinacharya, what we say as a daily regimen. In that application of the oil to the body, just putting one drop in the nose, then applying the oil specifically to the joints, then having a bath with hot water. Whenever you are coming out, then have a bath with hot water. All these things are there to increase the immunity. Then use turmeric in your food or along with the milk. Depends. Now, if the person is of pitta, then we should give him like a ginger powder early morning with ghee. But if the person is of kapha, it is 100% a tailor-made plan. Like what will suit you, it's not necessary that suit will other person. So we can decide like after meeting a patient, like this will suit him or the other. Like dry ginger powder is the best remedy. But if for vata person I have to give, I will give you hot water. If for the pitta person, then cow's ghee. For the kapha person, with honey. Like this, it will be different from one person to another.
Wow. Yeah, that's a lot to take in, doctor. Thank you for sharing all this. So just to kind of go back to, a little bit to what you said, you mentioned about the 3 different type of doshas, right? And that's basically the tendency of a person. Correct me if I'm wrong. And based on the tendencies of every person, there are different remedies for them. However, you also mentioned that and in regards to the tendencies, you know, what is a good way to determine what tendency somebody is, or what dosha they fall under?
For example, if the person is having appetite of different kind, the kapha person will not feel appetite very soon. At least 3 to 4 hours after eating, he will not feel a good appetite.
Mm-hmm.
Vata person will be variable. Sometimes he will feel, sometimes he will not feel. But the pitta prakriti person, immediately within 3 hours, he will feel like he wants something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the best criteria we can just diagnose, because everything depends on Agni. So how it is your Agni? Agni means digestive fire. That we can treat it first.
Great. And you also mentioned about oil, application of oil in as part of prolonged, it's the daily regimen. So application of what oil, doctor?
Either it can be sesame oil is best available. Then if the person is too much of pitta prakriti, then it can be coconut oil. Or we have variety of medicated oils in Ayurveda like Shirbala, Mahanarayan, Sahacharadi. Lots of oil is there. But easily available sesame oil or coconut oil is the best.
Yeah, anybody can use that,
Anybody
regardless
can
of
do.
the
Anybody
tendencies,
can
I
use
would
it.
imagine, right?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
great. So going forward to you know, your practice, how are you dealing with the pandemic at hand? How has that impacted your practice and those around you?
See, it has impacted very badly because I work with most of the foreigners who are coming to our center, and now India have cancelled all the visas from the foreign countries, so our center has been locked down basically. And whatever the consultation is happening, it is happening via WhatsApp or phone call or something like that. So basically, the ferry, I need a ferry to go for work. That has been also stopped from last 2 days. So it had already collapsed completely. Many of the patient will require the knowledge what we are sharing through a WhatsApp or some social medias or something like that. But working as if it is not possible.
Yeah, again, you know, it's impacting every one of us. So I
Yes.
know that the government of India, called Ayush, it's the Ayurvedic and holistic yoga arm of the government, and they have published Ayurvedic recommendations to battle the coronavirus. And they mention using some specific oils specific tablets, etc. So can you briefly talk about that?
It is one of the tablet is Saushar Manivati, which is made out of Guduchi, we say in Ayurveda, or Amruta. The Latin name of that is Stenospora cordifolia. It's again any viral infection, or it is as a rasayan, which will give you a very good immunity, as well as it is a best remedy for fever to come down. So in this viral infection, what we are going through, fever is a main symptom. So Giloy Ghanavati, that is Saushamanivati, will always be helpful. So morning, evening, night, if we take, always it will be helpful for the person. Now, again, the respiratory, as I have told, putting the oil drops in the nose. Anutel is the best what we can do in this, and Ayush also have recommended the same thing. So it will, again, the sneezing and the other problems related with respiratory, it will help.
Great. And where can people get access to these medications and oils, especially for those who are not in India?
That's why I have specified with coconut oil and sesame oil what we can get. So same oil can be put in nose also, or the cow's ghee also, clarified butter, I mean to say, that you can use just to apply on the nose. And sesame oil can be put. This is also because base of the anutil is also a sesame oil, and we can use that. Now Giloy, I think you get it with Maharshi Ayurveda online or something, but now I don't know because of this if the online products are being delivered or not. But you can always get it like that. Or they have some Maharshi Ayurveda who is supplying all over the mostly world. They have some products for respiratory system, so you can use that also. And basically you can use like turmeric, which is there in every house. You can use it, cinnamon, you can use it in the form of decoction. Basil, even though it is not the Indian basil, you can get any variety of basil, whatever is available, that you can use. Camphor you can light morning, evening in your house. You can hold it on your chest. You can do many things like sprinkle this dupam and all what we use. That also helps in purifying the air. So this also
like an
helps.
incense?
Ayurveda has told, yeah, like an incense. Ayurveda has told many, like it is from all the ways, like you burn something for like an incense sticks or something which will purify the air, light the camphor, which will also with the smoke. So simple thing, if the ant is there, we put a camphor powder and ant goes. So I believe that viral infections also will not touch you very easily if you hold this. It is not like 100% proof that it will not come to you. But when you have the chest, your chest will become strong, or this smell of camphor, what we can get every time, it will help in increasing the immunity. Because camphor is strong but cool. So this quality helps to keep your mind also calm. So whatever the diseases, most of the time we get out of stress and all, that also will be better in this. And in this condition, suppose I know that I am suffering from a disease, my mental stress will be at very high level. So such things will pleasant your mind also, and your mind also will be settled down. Meditation, cyclic meditation, in yoga, breathing, deep breathing, shavasanas, all this will help for the stress to release. Ayurveda and yoga goes hand in hand. So like respiratory system, we say that even for increasing the immunity, we say that do breathing prior and then start your food, so that your mind is connected to the body and you are not overeating or you are not fast eating, so that the whatever the food you are consuming, it will get in the proper digestive tract and proper it will get digested. So all these factors play a very important role.
Absolutely. As
In,
a certified yoga teacher, that was my next question. So you read my mind, uh,
oh.
and it was and it really helps to know, you know, everything is connected. We are
Yeah,
talking about holistic
connected.
science here. So you
Yes.
said that, is there a mention of yoga now? Since we're talking about yoga and Ayurveda, how are they
Yeah, there
connected?
is. They are connected like with every breath. Yoga is connected. When we say like Ayurveda, if we says what is a healthy well-being, it is say that Sharira, Sattva, Atma, Indriya. Sharira means body, Sattva is your mind, Indriya your sense organ, and Atma soul. So these are connected. This has to be in balance, connecting from dosha, dhatu, mala, and agni. This has to be balanced. Now, our Patanjali Rishi says that for sharirik dosh, we have to follow Ayurveda. For chitta, we have to follow yoga. So it's 100% related.
So
Because body
physical,
we cannot consider alone.
right?
For physical illness, we have
Ayurveda.
to look for the Ayurveda.
And for
For
the
mental
mind or the
things,
chitta,
yeah,
it's yoga.
always, yeah, chitta, it is yoga. So we cannot consider a human like only on the body. It's mind and soul also. So
Correct.
it's both way like what we are going to have.
Perfect. And last but not least, in Ayurvedic literature, is there a mention of pandemics? And what are, if there is,
Yes.
then what are the ways to tackle them? What are some, I'm sure we covered a lot of those measures. I guess it
Yeah.
depends on every pandemic. But again, you know,
Yeah.
was there the concept of a virus in those times? You know, what do they say about infectious diseases and viruses?
They have not said like a virus. They have not given the name as a virus,
Mm-hmm.
but they have said like Janopadvamsaniya. Jana means people. Upadvamsaniya means destroying. So destroying people is like pandemic. So they have listed many things and they have said like you have to follow the dharma acharan. Dharma acharan means what? They have put like whenever you are coming from outside, you have to wash, you have to change your clothes and then only enter the house. So this is nowadays we are saying that only quarantine is what you just keep away. So you should keep sanitizers. All these things is explained in the same way, but they have given like okay, entering the house you do this. Entering the house because people that time used to go for work and house. There were no malls that time to go for enjoyment. So they have told that basically. So they have told, as I have told you, like cover your face, cover your this, all these things, a transmitted disease, they have told like this. Then they have told to use umbrellas and other things also. So in different conditions, they have told different things. Like Vata, this viral infection is, they have proved like it is now airborne. So for that, even you hold the umbrella, you cover yourself, that also will protect you, na? If you are going. Now doctors are also working with viral patients, they are covering themselves fully and
Absolutely.
sanitizing. So this is also a kind of what they have told listed before, to cover yourself and then go
Absolutely.
or change, basically
Mm-hmm.
change. You were not allowed to wear the same clothes when you enter. There was a bathrooms outside the house, you clean and then you come.
And put your shoes
So
outside. Again, you know, that's something
yes,
that
this is very
India is very
important.
well known for. A
Yeah,
lot of Asian countries do that. We don't
yeah,
shake hands, we don't hug
yeah.
people who we don't know well.
No,
You know, namaste
yeah,
is the way to go.
yeah. The stays the go.
So
And we hug the people. It is not like that. I'll tell you the language what we are using Sanskrit. I will say that we do have the hugs, but in English we have hug only for the hugging. For a
the
friend also
physical.
you are hugging. For a mother you are also
Uh-huh.
hugging. A physical touch is hug, but in our language alingan. Alingan means with what you give friend and friend. mithi is the word what you give for your lover, or you will say a different. It is a physical touch, but it is different. A mother and child hugs, that is a different. So everywhere we have some different things. That word also will different. So
That's
when you say
amazing.
miti, it will be only, yeah. When you say alingan, it is just two friends. When you say kushit, it is just mother and son, or mother
Wow.
or daughter relation. So which every word we will specify what you are doing.
And
So
Sanskrit, I think
I
that's
will
the
say that
beauty. Yeah, of Sanskrit. There's so many words. There's
beauty,
no
yeah,
translation
Sanskrit,
for English. I guess the
no
vocabulary
translation,
is just so
yeah,
extensive. And a lot of languages
extensive.
have words. Mhm.
And this knowledge, when we will spread, our knowledge will increase instead of getting decreasing. So I will love to share the knowledge like this. Whatever I have, I don't know whole things in the world, but whatever limited knowledge I have, I would always like to share.
Thank
So
you so very much
yeah,
for sharing everything. This was an amazing conversation with you, Dr. Aruna Bhide. You know, you have really, I'm sure you have made a difference in so many lives all over the world, and you continue to do so. And we all appreciate your time. And thank you to everybody who is watching this, who took out the time to tune in. And I'm sure that all these tips, you know, combining yoga, Ayurveda, how to boost immunity, just practical measures like covering ourselves, you know, and again, the foods that we can eat, which everybody can really get easy access to better cope with the current situation. So take care, be safe, everyone. You know,
yeah.
and doctor, do you have any
Be strong from mind. Yeah, be strong from mind. If you get
exactly.
also, uh, take precautions. Don't get panic that I will die. No, you boost your immunity. You do your duties. There is a karma. That is a different. But you do your full, like full-heartedly. You do whatever you can do. So be quarantined, be away, and be strong.
Absolutely, I couldn't have said it better. Thank you again. Shukriya, धन्यवाद, and adios. फिर मिलेंगे. Aaujo. Bye to everyone. Take care. Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye.